Hi, I'm showing you how to make parts like this that will take about 100 hours to make a mold, and the part you will make out of the mold will take about 15 to 30 minutes to make. The first part of this process is to create a 3D CAD drawing. You can see on my computer I have a drawing of the part. This is a CAD software. This one is SolidWorks. I do recommend you a free one. It's FreeCAD. FreeCAD is a solid. It's a very good solution and it's free of charge. I also use Illustrator as a 2D drawing software. I import my drawings into my 3D software and extrude the parts. It's an important process that will give you the 3D parts to 3D print it, and this is gonna be the second part of this process. The second part of this process is to 3D print the part. You can also get the 3D part printed by a third party. It doesn't cost that much. This kind of part can cost about $100 to print. I do have my own 3D printer. It does give you a 3D printer part that is rough, but it can be sanded and painted that looks like a well-finished part. And this is the part I'm using to create the mold, which is the third part of the process. The third part of the process is to create the mold itself. You will need to put the reference part into a casing. I created the casing with Legos. This is a tip I got on the internet. It's fine. It's a pretty good type of casing. Once you have the reference part and the casing, you only need to pour a resin. This is a soft resin. It's PMC 7070. It's rubber urethane. It's soft, but it's still solid enough to have it as a mold. And this will let you have the mold itself once it's cured, and with this mold you will be able to make the parts themselves. The fourth part of the process is to cast the parts themselves. This is the mold I have. It's a 3-piece mold, but you can probably have a 2-piece mold or multiple piece mold. I close the mold, and the next step is to pour the resin in it. The resin I use for these parts is a Smoothcast 65D. It's a hard plastic urethane. I have to mix A and B parts. I degas it with a vacuum chamber and a vacuum pump. I pour the degassed resin into this mold, and once during its curing, I put the mold into this is a pressure chamber, and this is a compressor. So I put around 50 psi of pressure into the pressure chamber while it's curing. It takes about 15 minutes to cure, and this is the last part of making a mold and making parts with soft urethane mold and 3D printed parts.